This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Be sure to order your dice tray from Sheckler Woodworking. Mine is made out of pure mahogany with a cherry bottom and roughed leather interior. You're guaranteed to roll a d20 within 32 rolls.
A d20. Definitely not a nat 20.
No, a d20.
You're guaranteed to roll dice in it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to this week's episode of Roly Poly Orgy, brought to you by... No, that was kind of the reaction we got in marketing about that. Speaking of, the marketing department is very upset with me right now. Hello. You were
Roly Poly Orgy.
I couldn't.
Yes.
Is your human just like laying on the floor next to you?
No, my human.
When you started talking to her, you were like, "Yeah, you weren't supposed to hear that."
No, I am standing.
Okay.
I'm at height, and she is sitting at her desk next to me.
Aw. Did you guys play League of Legends together?
No, absolutely fucking not. I deleted my fucking Riot account. I'm never going back.
You should download Heroes of the Storm and
No.
play that with me.
That's my human.
Hi, human.
Also, there's my cat.
Is that Bubba?
That is Bubba. Where's
Bubba.
the Scotty bitch? Oh, she's in the bed. Aha. One moment. Directly next to her is
Aww.
She has a little bed by the window.
So when you're raging at games, you can reach up and do a pets.
And she'll bite your fucking hand off.
Because it's a girl cat.
No, because she's like, I like being touched when I want to be touched, and that is the line.
Because she's a girl cat.
Or came from an abusive household.
Or that.
So, welcome everybody. Josh, your timing was literally impeccable because I just said so, and then you kicked
good
in.
at this.
It was great. So quick recap. We are down 2 humans tonight. Mike caught whatever disease that I was carrying around the office.
Which
and,
I gave to him.
The computer.
And then
I was just like,
Did that taste good?
I heard that in stereo and I'm now suddenly nauseous again.
Yeah, it's ASMR.
The R in ASMR stands for wretch, apparently. Anyway.
slobber all over it now.
Yeah, well, quality content. We're doing it for the troops.
Quality.
So when last we left off, I promise this will be a quick episode
6.5 hours later.
because we'll get you to your long rest that everyone has so patiently waited for.
Some of
Y'all
us
were
more
hanging out.
patient than others.
Y'all were hanging out at the Whetstone.
Or we tie Ronan up.
Yeah, having some drinks, chatting with Ed Boy. And on your way back, there was a scream from an alley, and Ronan decided to sprint down the alley. Narrowly missed being lacerated. Would have been decapitated if he was human-sized, but he was, taller than that, so he just ducked under it. Maury was kind enough to cut it for everybody, so nobody else was beheaded. After some quick investigating, you found piles of abandoned clothing around the alley, and a concealed entrance up on the side of one of these buildings. After a decent amount of parkour and a little bit of spider climb, you guys climbed into this room into a bunch of magical darkness with a little bit of ingenuity. Thalia was able to disperse the darkness enough that you could find a small, probably 4-inch cube of metal that Maury was able to deactivate. It's a device called the Dark Spot that basically just you turn it on, it throws darkness like a lantern throws light. But it is the sufficiently magical darkness that does cool magical things. A little bit of investigating, it looks like a dormitory or a barracks up on this 3rd floor. The room is 50 feet wide by 90 feet long. At the end of the hallway, there was a door. Ronan went through the door, dodged the poison spikes, and then found that the hallway went to a stairwell, that the stairs had been removed, demolished, rotted away. The stairs were no longer accessible. On the way back, you were walking back, a pair of manacles reached out and tried to snag Thalia. She was able to duck out of the way. And Robbie was unfortunate and got snared up and dragged underneath one of the beds where one of these, what looks like a trunk, like a long underbed storage trunk, has shot manacles out at people and is trying to crush them effectively. Right now, everyone's kind of huddled by the door. Robbie is about 15 feet away at the first trunk. And since he had been captured, he would just kept repeating, please move away from this unit. Please move away from this unit, cycling between a couple of different languages, kind of like any sort of automated warning system that you would run into at Disney, any kind of public transit. He sounds like a bus stop. Ronan, you are currently about in the center of the room, weapons ready. This all started because you picked up an additional telepathic presence that should not have been there. There was one more than you could account for when this whole shit started. We went through a round of the initiative track, and Lami, I believe you are up first, so we'll just jump on into it. Yes, sorry. Any questions before we begin?
I only know this because I went through the editing like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
A trunk grabbed my ankles, but then I rolled a nat 20 to not be pulled, and it pulled itself out from under the bed.
Yes,
so
you do have a trunk
there's
at your
one
feet.
Holding is it holding my feet?
Yes, it is grabbed onto your ankles like a good pair, like any sort of chains would. It is just at your feet, and it's still trying to pull, but you have basically like rooted yourself, and you're not going anywhere. So, any other questions before we kick off?
Nope.
Yeah, do we know that Ronan casts detect magic?
Yes, because when he casts it, he glows. And I believe your detect magic is still up.
It doesn't say how long it lasts.
Detect magic.
As you can cast the detect magic spell without using a spell slot allotted or components, using Constitution as your spell casting ability.
It requires
glow.
It takes 10 minutes. It lasts up to 10 minutes, requires concentration. So are you raging?
I am raging.
So it is no longer active.
Okay.
Because you cannot concentrate while raging.
Well, if that's the case, then do we have the knowledge of like the mimic not being a magic or whatever those things are?
You saw Thalia tried to insult it, tried to cutting words it, and Robbie tried to hex it. Give me an... Is Thrall asking this question, or is this a question for the general group?
It's just general.
I would say that like when Thalia tried to cutting words it, and nothing happened, there hasn't been the fact that it wasn't affected by magic, especially any kind of like insulting or name calling. Also, actually, the one that Robbie is captured by, you can actually see a little bit inside. Some of the casing has been sheared off. You guys can see, because everyone else is within 15 feet and can see this thing. You can see the internal mechanisms. This looks mechanical. Good guess on the mimic, though.
Is it like the mimic from Borderlands where a tongue sticks out of it and goes?
It might be.
Well, I knew it.
So yeah, any other questions before we...
When was the last time you
Kind
shaved
of.
your beard?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I got it trimmed up nicely.
That checks
I need
out.
another one. Yeah. All right. We good?
Good enough.
Kendrick, I thought you were frozen, and then I saw your eyes move. It was it was like a portrait.
So real quick, the Ronin would be the only one to know that they're not magic.
You guys can see that they are mechanical.
Okay.
Whether or not there's
That
a
would-
magical
okay.
component to that remains to be seen. But these are definitely like mechanically inclined in nature.
You guys also know,
Gotcha.
because I remember yelling up that there's a there's another person in the room who
That's what
would
I was trying to get at.
now assume is controlling the not magical boxes through like puppeteering. They're like that. What was the guy from Naruto that controlled the puppet? I don't remember
I
his
know what you're
name.
talking.
I know what you're talking about. I refuse to say the name.
You know that.
I refuse to have my weebness recorded. Sebastian taught me too many things.
I'm good then.
Anyway, Lummy, you're at the top of the track.
Oh,
What would you
no.
like to do, sir?
Okay, where am I? What's happening?
Well, we went over what's happening.
Did you miss the whole recap?
Where you
No,
Where
are?
am I? What's happening?
where am I in the room in relation to?
You guys are all you're all near the wall because you were all waiting for something. You were waiting for the scream to repeat.
Yes.
And I think Thrall and Maury, I think had poked their heads out to see what was going on outside.
Yep.
So you're kind of up against the wall with the window you all came in at.
How far is that away from our explosive friend?
15 feet. You are out of the blast range. I think.
Explosive
And-
friend?
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Who explodes?
What to do? What to do?
Yes.
what to
No,
do?
you are out of range of you are outside the 10 feet that Robbie has requested.
Okay, I do have my channel divinity on. That's important.
Yes, your sword is lit.
And all I see,
Lit fam.
Get
all I
out.
see are these mechanical boxes.
You see, no, don't get out, Chris. Come back, Chris. Come back. I need you for the content. You see a box at Ronan's feet, and you see a box that is currently grabbed onto Robbie, and is like, you hear the creak of chains as it's pulling him close, and you're starting to see the metal plating on him start to give a little bit. It's starting to warp a little.
I'm gonna hit the box that's at Ronan's feet.
Okay, you are gonna have to run into the room for that. He's in the center of the room. Probably.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. He's 45 feet away from you.
That's a big ass room. How big is this room?
50 feet wide by 90 feet long.
Holy titties!
What's your movement speed?
Not that.
Oh.
30.
Oh. Do I have the biggest movement speed?
I think Lythar's got you beat.
Yeah.
What's
No,
the-
no, holy shit, Ronan, what is that?
What?
What do you have 40 feet of movement? Anyway.
Oh, you beat me by 5. Wait, no.
Anyway. So
Oh,
what would you
shit.
like to do?
Hit the chain.
So I can't. Can I get to any of the boxes or just?
You can get to the one at Robbie's feet.
No, I don't want to do that.
Or you can if you dash, you can get to him.
I'm gonna dash towards Chris and call that a turn.
Okay. Give me a dex save with advantage. Because
Son
you're
of a bitch.
sprinting.
Oh no.
Dex save. Dex save.
With advantage.
17. 17. Oh, advantage. Still 17.
Okay.
Oh.
So as you sprint past, the bed on the opposite side shoots out a pair of chains, but they lag behind you a little bit, and they kind of reach out and then kind of slither their way back into the bed.
Dislike.
And as you can dash to him, which gives you all the movement. Do you want to use your reaction for anything? Do you want to try and help?
Can I? Because I don't know.
So
what I'm
right now,
reacting to.
you're basically, you can prepare to, you can use your reaction to help Ronan with whatever he's going to do.
Sure.
Either
Let's
that's
do
like
that. Let's do that.
kill the shit out of the thing, like pull the chains off of him. Whatever Ronan's gonna do, you can give him advantage on that next roll, or you can keep your reaction and use it for an opportunity attack.
I'm just gonna help Ronan. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You don't need to help me.
Thrall, what would you like to do?
I want to hit the box that's closest to Robbie.
Okay. So you'll move up that brief distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a swing.
Swing. Swing, swing.
That is
Oh.
18.
No, I was looking down. I just hear. Whack.
Okay, that'll hit.
Uh,
Are you right up next to it, or are you using the reach on your glaive a little bit?
I'm gonna use the 10-foot.
Okay.
Glaive. And that is only 7.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to swing again?
Nah, I'm gonna hold on to action surge.
You get an extra attack because you're level 5. You just get a free extra swing.
Twing.
All right, that is a 15.
Okay, that'll hit.
And 14 damage.
Whew, all right. Okay.
Fox dies from sadness.
Fox does not die from sadness. When you get in close, Robbie kind of turns his head over to you and he goes, "Please move 5 feet back. Quickly. This will be most unpleasant if you do not move. Please."
Please.
Did he use all of his movement to get there?
No, he only had to move 5 feet
Oh.
because he's got the glaive with 10 feet of reach on it.
So I had to move back another 5.
You just have to move like 5 feet back.
All right, I guess I'll move to 5 feet.
You literally
It's
take
like,
like 2
whoops,
steps
sorry.
forward, stab it twice, take 2 steps back.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Just had
Lythar.
Indian food, excuse me.
Pardon me. Lythar, what would you like to do, friend?
So the Ronin's in the middle of the room,
Correct.
which is, would you say 45 feet?
45 feet from the wall where you guys are all kind of hunched.
And how far is the chain is still grabbing Robbie's leg?
Yeah, he's about 15 away from. He's 15 feet away from the wall.
So he's a lot closer.
Correct.
Oh. Oh, there you go.
So is it the one that Robbie says is so close? That one, is that at disadvantage if I shoot it with bow?
What's your
So-
bow do?
150 to 6.
Girl, what that bow do?
You're when you're doing an attack in melee range, that's where things start getting disadvantage. However, you're shooting into a melee. It's also low to the ground.
Would it count as being prone?
No, it is just low to the ground. I would say there's no disadvantage on this. Yeah, you could just attack normally.
I want to take a shot at the chains. Not even the box, the chain.
Oh, you're shooting the chains. Okay, that's
Yeah.
different. Okay.
Is that disadvantage because of difficulty or?
Easy there, Robin Hood.
That's going to be. So this is a thing that they tried to add, and then we're like, this is really hard to do, because what you're doing is like a called shot, where you're like,
Cool, baby.
Precision, almost like.
This is less about hitting the target.
Fallout bats.
That's like
You're going into VATS.
a
Yeah.
gunslinger
You're-
sharpshooter shot, which
Yeah,
they do
you're-
-5 to the roll. So if you like roll a d20 and you get like 19, but then your addition is 11, and you would have a 30, they deduct 5 from that to make it 25 as a sharpshooter shot.
Is that what you want to do?
Let's roll with that for now.
Until
Yeah, that's
until
the dice thing.
Okay.
Curtis finds
Until
a
I
better
actually
way.
until I figure out if that's a thing we want to include.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Mm.
Not a gunslinger.
So
Alright.
at this range, this is honestly more like a dex roll. This is a dexterity check more than anything, because you're trying to hit a small target at close range with a long range weapon.
Or the chains.
Not
Yeah.
really. They're just kind of they're just kind of wrapped around Robbie.
Oh.
So
Well-
so like he is coiled up. You can go for the chains at the base. if you're
Yeah, I
feeling
don't. So I
threatened.
don't want to like aim at the chains around his legs. I was
Right.
thinking there was like a decent amount of like.
This
length
this thing
between-
has pulled him in close. This thing has
Okay.
boa constricted Robbie and is pulling him against against the box.
So can I aim? Yeah, can I aim for like the base? Of,
You can aim for the base of the chains. That's going to be a -10 to whatever you roll.
all right, I'm just gonna
So-
shoot the box.
Because that is a hard shot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I might have been picturing it a little bit different. But now
Yeah,
that
I'm
I
sorry.
realize
That
he's
you
like,
can
no,
bitch
you're
out.
good. I didn't realize he was like on the box. So
He
I'm
is like, yeah. Think of it like an underbed storage tote
yeah.
that is like pulling Robbie down into it.
Like a
I
Kabu
don't
Dale.
want to. I don't want to shoot. All right, I'm gonna shoot the box. Hopefully.
Okay.
So is this a normal attack?
This is
roll
just an
now?
attack roll. Yes. Yeah. Called shots get really tricky at high level. What'd you get?
Not even fucking joke.
Oh, my hero. Cool.
That's a 20, even though it looks like a 50
You
upside
are
down.
my hero.
All
I
right.
should have gone for the chain, man. That would have been dope.
That would have been dope. No,
Also,
Rob,
I'm sorry, my camera's off.
because I'm pointing at your fucking light. No wonder your white balance is off. Anyway,
Well,
so you're gonna hit. So roll damage.
Oh my
Roll damage
goodness.
twice. So roll
Oh my
two
God.
d8s. Oh god, I'm drunk.
Roll
Ooh.
damage as a D8.
So roll two d8s and add 5.
Nope.
Or 6 because it's magical.
Uh-oh, is the D8 the one I lost? No. Wait, no, this has a 9.
It's the diamondy boy.
Oh,
It's the hedron mother. It's the hedron looking
You could
motherfucker.
roll.
Oh my God, Cleo-
4d4s.
Cleo did fucking knock that somewhere. I knew I was missing. Fuck.
Roll a d10 and deduct 2.
Just type in dice roller in Google and it comes up Google version of it.
What do I need to do?
Roll a
D8.
d20 and -12.
Nice. I got an 8, but that's also plus.
Nope. Roll it again.
Oh.
Because your damage is doubled. Roll double the damage dice.
8 and 4.
So 12 plus 6 is 18. Usually.
21.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So that's 16, you said?
Yeah, 12 plus 6 is 18.
18. So that's 18.
Okay.
And then can I use extra attack to just shoot it again?
Real quick, I need to do something here.
Okay.
So your first arrow slams into the spot where like the housing has been peeled away, and you hear it sink into wood, and you start to hear this metallic grinding noise, and the chains. You hear it kind of sounds like it's trying to retract something, but it's not able to. It like somehow your arrow got in and has gummed up the mechanism, so it's trying to retract the chains and keep crushing Robbie, but something's in the way. So if you want to use your second attack,
Yeah, it's probably my arrow that's way in its cranium. Yeah.
I don't know if boxes have craniums, but I think you're on
Well,
the right track.
this is a study
Something
for
like
another
that.
day. Shoot it again.
That's a holy shit. That's a 19
Okay,
plus 11. So
that'll hit.
yes.
It's almost like I used a rolled 19 as an example a minute ago.
Then
Por ejemplo.
again.
I had
wait,
that
wait.
knowledge by using a dice box from Sheckler
Wait.
Woodworking.
I'm
Check
an
the
idiot.
woodworking.
I was the first person to hit it, right?
No.
No.
was
So
Robbie hit it.
Colossus Slayer.
Can I use Colossal Slayer at least now?
Yes.
Because I'm an idiot and forgot about it.
You haven't rolled your
this
second
time.
attack, so roll Colossal Slayer. I swear I'm gonna make.
Slayer.
Oh yeah.
It is the Ranger perk where if he hits a target that's already been injured, it takes an extra D8.
Oh.
So the first roll is a 7.
Okay.
The second roll is a 6.
On your second attack.
Yeah, those are the 2 d8s.
Well, that would be his normal attack in Colossus Slayer.
Did you roll the d8 for Colossus Slayer for the first attack?
No.
Roll
you
that
got-
arrow.
I thought you were gonna let me do it since I
No, you caught it before your second attack, so we're good.
Okay. That's a 4. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Burger. Okay, so the Colossal Slayer on the first one's a 4.
Okay. And then
And-
second attack.
Second attack. 1. 8.
You're only rolling 1d8 because you did not crit.
But isn't it?
He rolled the one.
Oh,
for
sorry, you rolled the Colossus
then
Slayer
the
as
one
well.
for his attack.
Yeah.
So what was you had a total of 9?
Yeah.
Okay,
I like-
great.
And is that +5?
Yeah. Do I get my bonus with that as well?
You get your
Might
bonus
be-
on the damage, not on Colossus Slayer.
So the 1 would have been +6 actually.
Would have
So
been plus
that's
6.
So that's a
So
7.
that's a 7.
And then 8.
So that's yeah. So your second arrow doesn't hit in the same spot, but it definitely like pings into the outside, and you start to hear more grinding and gear crunching. I thought just went. So that's you. Ronan. No. Yes, Ronan.
So I am raging.
Correct.
I don't get any fancy stuff from my rage.
Correct.
I
Except
would-
your usual rage perks.
I would like to stab the box 3 times, and if they could be reckless attacks,
You're going to attack recklessly.
I'm going to attack recklessly.
So here's the
shocked.
thing. Here's the thing. You're currently being helped. You don't need to attack recklessly because Lami is helping you. So you get the
So-
advantage from the
I
attacks.
helped.
So if I were to, I get advantage on all of my attacks from him helping me?
In this instance,
Because what I was planning on doing before he helped me is then try to drag the box 5 feet away from him for him to get an opportunity attack on it.
I found the D8.
Classic Ronin.
that'll be a
This is-
conversation for the two of you to have in character. Because right now Lami basically just ran up and was like, "What's going on? How can I help?"
I'm behind you, holding your hands and making you do stuff.
Like I have
It's
my
like
hands
the
behind
Who's
my
Line
back,
sketches. Where
and your arms are through my elbows, and just like,
it's a Who's Line sketch, basically. That's what we've made here.
all right. If I move this box, will you hit it?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Then I would like to reckless attack 3 times.
Okay.
So, first attack with advantage is a 12 plus 8, so a 20.
Okay.
Should I just roll all the attacks now and get it over? with?
Yes. Give me all three of your stabs. Are you just stabbing with your big javelin?
Yes. The next one
And
is
you're switching hands.
Well, the first 2 are I'm just for storyness. I'm just gonna stab twice with 2 hands and then with my left hand.
Okay. Did I
Just-
give you?
Just
Did I
for
give you
just for story purposes. I'm not adding anything for doing it 2-handed. I just am saying that. For
Okay.
flavor.
Yeah. We'll just say you stab it 3 times with both hands.
Yeah.
We'll just.
So the second one was a 14 plus 8, so 22.
Okay.
And then the third one was a 14 plus 8, so 22.
Okay. So yeah, you're gonna.
So a
You're gonna
D4
stab the
and a
shit out of
D8.
that.
Is that what it is, or is it a D6 and a D8? Scroll down here.
1d8 plus
It's
1d8 plus 1d6 plus 1 because it's magical.
okay. So 1d6 and 1d8.
Correct.
And then, so it's actually plus 3 because it's magical, and I get plus 2 to all melee attacks while I'm raging.
Plus 2 melee damage for strength weapons. Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
Yes.
So the
So-
first one is a 6 plus 3, so 9.
Yes.
Plus 3, or is it 6 total?
Yes.
It is. What? Yeah, it was a 6 on the dice.
6 on the dice, so 3, so 9.
hmm
Great.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then
Yes.
Second swing.
Swing.
3 and a 4, so 7 plus 3. I feel
Mhm.
like I'm supposed to be doing more damage than this.
Swing.
Plus 1 damage.
Oh,
Don't I
plus
add my
your 3
strength?
plus your strength. You
Okay,
are
so that's
correct.
3 plus
So your
5?
first one was a 14.
Okay.
Your second one
7
7 plus 3 plus 5.
plus 8,
So
technically.
so
Right.
plus 50, so that's 15.
And then my third attack does not get my plus from strength, but it will still get the plus from, because it's my offhand. right?
Correct. Yes.
So it would just get the plus 1 from magic and plus 2 from raging.
Actually, so if you're going to move, because technically you are grappled, and this is something I should have done.
But wouldn't it be my strength versus its like weight?
You have to break out of the grapple, which
I
would be a
do!
bonus. Which would be your speed is 0 while it's got you grappled. If you're not trying to break out, I'm gonna need, if you're just trying to drag this thing. Okay, so I'll give you the third attack because you're not trying to break free of this. You're just trying to drag it. That'll be a contested strength roll for every 5 feet you want to move with this,
Okay.
and
So
your
my-
movement is cut in half.
My third roll was 10 plus 3, so 13.
Plus 5.
No, not plus 5 because it's my offhand.
It is your offhand. You are correct. Okay. So yeah, you just take your javelin and you get 3 good stabs on this thing. Definitely, like you're kind of pogo sticking on this, which is kind of weird. But you were gouging chunks out of the casing on this.
Okay. And then since I can move 40 feet, how far can I attempt to move it?
So basically you're moving 5 feet at a time. You can move up to 20.
Okay.
Yeah, you get half of your movement.
So I would like to try to move it 10 feet towards the window.
Okay.
So past Lamy and then the extra 5 feet.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
And I get advantage on that since I'm raging.
Correct. Also, you get advantage. Well, you still have Lamy helping. So
So that was a
helped.
14 plus 5, so 19.
okay, so you get the first 5 feet.
Okay.
You're still technically in range because Lamy was behind you.
Okay, and that's 11 plus 5, so 16. I rolled 2 11s.
Okay. Yeah. So you managed to like basically like it's like running through deep mud, but you're able to like shimmy your feet enough that you can get, because like you can't take a full step.
So I'm like
You-
going like
It's a much more like, it takes you 6 steps to move those 5 feet because you're just like you're swinging this box behind
6,
you.
6 to 5. I like it.
Yes. But you're swinging this box behind you. And you do give Lamy the opportunity to take a swipe at it
Yeah.
I
With
want to
your-
do that.
with your glowy as fuck sword.
It's glowy boy.
Glowy boy.
All right. Where is the thing? There it is. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, wait, plus 4. Okay, 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That'll hit.
Nice. Very good. Where's my
Did you make it a sacred weapon or you just making it glow?
I did the sacred weapon.
Okay. So did you add your plus 4?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, because it was not a very good roll.
Mm.
Ooh, okay. That is 13 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Easy
Hendrik
peasy.
is like that guy from Home Improvement where you never see his full face. He's just like looking over a fence like,
Howdy ho, good neighbor.
how are you
Howdy,
doing
neighbor.
today, Jim?
Wilson.
Little-
Was that his name? Wilson?
Yeah, it was Wilson. It's the same as the volleyball.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite episode was when they went to the beach and he was hiding behind like a rock.
Yeah.
Like they just kept that bit and it was my favorite. So You just get the 1 attack for an opportunity attack. Yeah, so you don't get to swing again.
Can I attempt to move the extra 10 feet? And just keep like slogging towards the window?
You
Jesus.
can. That will put you within 10 feet of Robbie, which
I
he has
move
been
another
politely warning you.
5 feet? How far away from Robbie am I?
Right now, because you just moved 10, 45.
And I was 45
Robbie's-
feet in the room.
Right now you are at. You have 5 feet to go before you're in Robbie's
I would like
range.
to move 5 before I'm. So if I move 5 feet, am I still out of his range?
Correct.
Okay, I would like to move 5 more feet.
Okay.
That is a 14 plus 5, so 19.
Hang on.
Math checks out.
Would you have a 19?
Yes.
It
It holds me still.
does.
Can I attempt
It's
to
close.
move 5 feet since I have 20 feet of movement?
Um,
Can I try one more time?
I'll give you one more shot at it. Yeah, because like you feel the chains.
That is a
kinda tighten.
natural 20.
All right, let's see how this thing does.
Plus 5.
So yeah, you definitely get the you get that last step. Is there anything else you'd like to do with this movement?
I don't think I
Um,
can. I think
because
I'm
you
Spin
crit.
around and
checked
whip
out.
it.
Oh. Because I critted, I get to do something.
You
funny
like
with it.
depending on what it like. I'll give you a little extra depending on what you're.
Can I jump on one of the beds?
No,
Oh.
like
Can I flip it around in front of me so it's within the 10 feet of distance from Robbie?
yeah, I'd buy that.
Okay.
See, so you guys
So
see
I'm
Rona
like,
just like
"Bleh."
slog through this, and then he does this like jump turn. And you see his feet come up in like almost like he's curtsying, but he's in the air. And he just spins and lands, and this thing is a little further behind, like the chains kind of rattle loose a little bit and it slides further back. A little further out.
And that would end my turn.
And that is Ronan. How convenient. It's Robbie's turn. So Robbie,
Is this whole time he's just been a fucking electrode?
warning. Please stand clear of the doors. He's gone through like what languages does he know? Like he's gone through most of the languages he knows and is just looping them.
That's great.
And he takes a second and stops chanting, and you see his black and white eyes flash for a second, and there's a tremendous boom.
Boom. Just like 2010 all over again.
And he vanishes from the spot he was standing.
Oh.
And he appears next to the window, just kind of standing there, kind of brushing himself off like nothing really happened. And since all of you were wise enough to heed his warning, yeah, that's kind of what happens. It's that Robert Downey Jr. gif. When the shockwave comes rolling through, this fucker is loud. It's the same. You guys recognize it's the same move he pulled earlier when you guys first met him. It's that same thunderous teleport.
Did he take the box with him?
No.
Oh.
More you know.
And so,
What time is it?
Hmm?
The whole neighborhood. What time is it?
It's late. It's like it's probably like 11:30 because the bars outside of the city close sooner. And you guys were waiting for a little bit, so
And you have to be in the city before the bell tolls.
it tolls for the so that did not go well for this doohickey, and it takes Jesus Christ, I need more dice.
I need
One of
more
those.
dice.
One of those,
Uh-oh.
and it takes. Does it take
It's 360 points of
No,
damage.
I need more. I need more d10s.
And has vanished to a separate plane.
No, that's a different spell. He doesn't get that one yet.
All of the D10s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more.
I love this dice box.
It's a good box, bud. Don't fuck it up. We gotta take pictures of it.
We
I have
do.
to use a percentile. That's fine. All right. So the box that Robbie is currently standing at. This is 60-10 for those of you playing along at home. So the box
Why
at
doesn't
Robbie's
he just
feet,
do that all the time? That's his
because that is
deck
a
from now on.
that is a high level spell.
Oh.
That is a 3rd level spell that he burns, and he is out of action. It's kind of like when Lami gets his big swing in. So the box Robbie was standing at fucking vaporizes. Like there is a thunderous boom, and
I helped.
the bed,
Me
the
too.
the box, the everything just shatters into pieces, including the floor. And as the floor just kind of blows out, Lythar, you have the keener nose of the group, and this is also a smell you were trained to fear as a child. And Lami, you recognize it as well.
Goblins.
What's it smell like?
It smells like smoke. It smells like fire.
Uh-oh.
Great, he set the place on fire.
And as you guys look, you start to see some reddish light start to glow up from underneath from under where you guys are standing, and you're starting to hear something triggered, and something is starting to burn.
Something
and
triggered that is starting to burn.
Yeah, it
Could
was
be.
triggered. Triggered.
So it was going to slurp him down and then incinerate him.
um,
Because he's a robot and that can happen to him.
So Robbie is standing near the window. There's an empty space next to him, and he just turns and goes, "I believe we should leave. Now seems like an excellent time to do so. Does anyone have rope?"
I do. No, I don't. I threw it at Kendrick because I was pissed.
Dude, I think I have some rope. Let me see here.
He kind of, Kendrick, are you still holding the rope?
I have rope. Am I still holding the rope?
The
don't-
rope that Ronan threw at you.
I threw it at your
I-
face.
Yeah,
Was it
because
when
he
I
was
s- 'cause I
being kind of
stopped you
pouty about it.
Uh,
Because I stopped you from getting out the window, and then you
Mhm.
did it anyway.
He was being kind of pouty about it.
I don't know. I honestly completely forgot about that because my internet gave out and shit. I took the 2 shots. I don't know if I would still have it like on my body.
Yeah, the rope's like kind of piled up in front of you.
Yeah, sure.
Robbie comes over and goes, "Hello, may I borrow your rope?"
I just look down, look up, and yes.
Thank you. And he picks it up and walks over to the window and just real quick ties a knot that looks a little different from what you're used to. But he ties this knot real quick and proceeds to be like, "If anyone would like to leave, I will stay behind. I believe I'm the most fireproof out of all of us."
I'll stay behind. You all go.
And you see him kind of reach behind he reaches like he's drawing a sword and summons his sword that you normally see him carrying. Right now that bit's over. And he's just kind of standing by the door with his sword in both his hands, just waiting patiently. And then Thalia, who has been invisible this whole time. You guys just hear, "Well, that sounds like a good reason as any to leave." And she's going to somebody's sitting on a bardic inspiration die, and I don't remember who.
I have inspiration. I don't know which.
I also
Bardic
have
inspiration?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
think
no.
it's just inspiration. I think it was Robbie. I think she inspired.
Oh, it was
Robbie.
yes, it was Robbie. Luckily he fucking crushed that roll. And so she kind of turns and she's like, "Ronan,
Yes. Oh my.
don't burn
camera's
yourself
still
like last
pointing
time."
Well, I
and
didn't
she's
burn
going to
that
give you.
much.
She's like, I know you'll be fine. Just don't burn yourself again. And she's going to give you her last bardic inspiration. And then you guys see the rope start to move as she, still invisible, climbs down this rope. And so she's going to move and she's just going to like slide down the rope and stand at the base of the building.
That's a D10 inspiration.
It is a D8.
Oh, we haven't gotten to
One
D10s
D8.
yet.
Add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Dope.
Is added before knowing the outcome, but after seeing the roll. So, and now it is Maury.
So there's still a box.
There's still a box at. Actually, shit, I forgot.
Oh
that
yeah,
it's
I
in
threw it in the
range.
blast zone.
Oh no! So with that, yeah, both of them
Danger
disintegrate.
zone.
They're like, Ronan is left with the manacles attached to his ankles, but the rest of everything has just been sheared away by this fucking massive thunder explosion.
Can I tell if we started the fire or something else started the fire?
If you
Some
want
guy
to,
named Ryan started the fire.
I think it was Billy Joel. He kept
Jelly
saying
bowl.
he didn't, which makes him guilty. So Maury, if you want to run up to the edge of the pit and take a look downstairs to take a peek, you could totally do that.
Is that investigation?
Let me pull up your character sheet here. I would say investigation with advantage.
Well,
Because you're smart.
6, 15.
Okay. That's with your +6 and rolling twice?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
What did you
both
do to
very
your
bad.
dice?
He put them in a corner.
Excellent David Tennant GIF use, by the way.
This is my
Um,
dice. This is why it sucks.
Okay. Well, if you get a set of dice, you can buy a
Box from Sheckler
true.
Woodworking.
from Sheckler Woodworking.
What's your
Um,
box made of, Curtis?
My box is made of cherry and red leather that is not roughened.
Oh, it's not roughened.
No, I have.
It's smooth. Like
Anyway.
a rose bottom.
Anyway, before this gets any weirder, and we definitely get demonetized.
Technically,
yeah.
we never get monetized.
Yeah, and we're
so-
definitely not going to get there. So, Maury, when you take a peek from the light of the flames, you're starting to see glints of metal, and it looks like there was some kind of mechanism in place to mix certain chemical components together to basically start a fire. This definitely looks like something that would have to be triggered remotely, or is either set up. It's either set up to be triggered remotely or set up as just a trap to just burn the building down. This definitely looks like this was well set up. Everything would be hidden in normal circumstances. There's also nothing below you. It is just like a 20-foot drop down to the floor. And it looks like there was a workshop of some kind, like a bunch of heavy oaken tables, some various chemical works, a very, very large wardrobe with what looks like a tailor's table. And the fire
fuck
has
did
started.
we find?
The fire has started in the chemicals among all the different alchemical instruments, and is beginning to work its way around the base of the room. And it looks like
in the room.
it looks like it's burning much, much faster than it should be. And the flames are glowing almost purple. Which, if you give me another investigation check. Actually, what tools do you have? You have
I have all the tools.
Is this
Mist
invisible
tools,
person
thieves tools, and tinker's tools.
ignoring this?
Oh no, there's my proficiencies. Never mind.
They could have
Um,
left. Since I don't have my detect magic up anymore, I can't see them. Would I see them? Or because I glow.
You glow when you're concentrating.
We
Yeah,
all
but
glow
like,
down here.
So if someone was invisible, they're using magic, yes?
Generally,
Allegedly.
Would I glow because someone's near me that's invisible? I mean, obviously I'm
If they're
raging
within
and
your
I couldn't
detect-
have
if
figured
they're
this
within
out
detect
anyway.
magic range, and that's if you're looking for magic, you would start to glow, and you can kind of use yourself as like a magnet, and either like, oh, I'm chasing this person, like I move closer to this thing and I'm glowing more brightly.
What's my detect magic range?
30 feet.
Huh. Interesting.
It
It doesn't help me now, but in the future, I know.
I'm gonna say that that thing could have been out of your range also when you were falling out of the window.
Yeah. He raged before he fell out of the window. He raged. I remember the mental
was
image of
like-
him. You just had the eyes, and the eyes flashed red, and then he dropped. You almost got out of this without a fight.
Mm,
So you don't have necessarily. You're proficient in a lot of these tools.
I have thieves' tools. Those are the only tools I have.
This definitely looks like from your smithing and from like understanding how fire works in that way. This is definitely accelerated. You don't know what's causing it to accelerate, but like the color is weird and it's burning a direct line. It's basically racing to the corners of this room, and that's never a good sign. It's probably not the best idea.
I'm gonna scream, "We've been had!" and then I'm gonna scream and start running towards the window.
We've
Okay.
been had.
We've been had.
It's very
Right.
steampunky of you.
Ye gods.
we've been had, you see.
So okay, so yeah, you've got
It's all a ruse.
so you're like, because of the whole Robbie Blue, you're like, there's enough space for you to like lean over, and you're still at the window, so you can
Okay.
easily jump and take that rope down.
Oh no, I still have my spider. My
You still spider climb
so
running?
I'm
Okay.
casually gonna run down the wall.
Just scurry out and sprint down the wall.
Me.
All right. So that's the bottom of the. Yeah, that's the bottom of the order. So yeah, do you guys want to just? Is everyone now going to make their escape, or does anyone want to do anything else before we?
I'm staying last, not Robbie.
Okay.
So who's all left in the room?
Currently, the only people that have left are Thalia and Maury, with Frank attached.
I want to leave.
Okay.
I will leave, but I want to be towards the end of the train. I don't have to be
Okay.
last, but in case
Okay.
someone like trips, I can like pick them up.
Carry them out like a gentleman.
Yeah. Is there
Um,
like a straight up hole between myself, Lamy, and the window? Or is there like safe passage around it?
It's still a straight line to the window.
Okay.
The hole that Robbie blew is far enough to the side that you can make it across without too much trouble. So Lythar gets out. Maury
Sleep.
gets out. Ronan, are you next?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so Ronan gets out.
I'm just gonna
Um,
jump out because
Okay,
fuck
not
it,
grabbing
too.
onto the rope.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so give me a dex save or dex check actually to
Why is
stick the
why is
landing.
it Dex? Wouldn't it be like
Because it's to
athletics or
stick the
something?
landing. It's athletics to jump. It's acrobatics to land.
Oh, acrobatics is Dex. Look at that.
Weird. It's almost like they built this game or something.
So that is a 13.
It wasn't a great landing. You definitely you actually superhero landing, which as we all know is terrible on the knees.
I'm just
and
gonna
you're
like do this and be like, "Ow."
You're still raging, so
Yeah.
you take half damage.
Yeah.
So you're just like, my knees hurt and I'm mad about it. Take 2 of actually hang on, let me actually roll for that. Take 1.
Dope.
Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. So yeah, you just do bam. You miss Thalia by about
Which I
6
couldn't
inches.
see because
Because she's still invisible, you scared the absolute shit out of her, and she stops concentrating, and the invisibility falls away, and she is like white as a sheet. She's like, Ronan, if you ever do that to me again,
I didn't mean I didn't see you. You weren't there, and now you're there.
that's why there's a rope. Use the rope.
Ropes are hard.
Ropes are like doors. Remember when we had to teach you how to use a door?
So-
Yeah, ropes are like doors. Unless you absolutely have to make your own way out, use the rope or the door. Thank you. I'm sorry I yelled at you.
It's okay.
She's like, I'm gonna move in case anyone else tries that idea. So she's gonna take a couple steps in the.
I'm just gonna stand under the window with my arms out, just like running back and forth.
Okay. Outside, you're starting to hear neighbors. You're starting to hear people like, "What the hell was that? Oh, is that smoke?" And you start to hear people screaming fire. Like smoke is starting to thicken. And the two of you still inside.
Mhm.
I need both of you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
You got it. Oh, jeez. 15.
Uh, 18.
Okay, so you guys hear a faint. It almost sounds like a sizzle, like someone just poured hot grease, or someone just poured like grease onto a hot pan. You hear like this, and
It's like when you jump on a bob bomb in Super Mario.
conveniently, there are no bomb bombs here, but you hear the hiss, and all of a sudden there is a massive whoosh, and this plume of greenish purple fire just erupts from the hole where the hole that Robbie blew in the floor. And you guys are both just dive out of the way. Unless you guys want to dive out the window. Where do you guys want to dive? That's the question.
I'm just gonna dive out of the way.
Okay.
I'm going to dive towards the window
Okay.
and beckon to Thrawn, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, and Robbie. Shit, I have to roll for Robbie. I forgot he was in there.
And
I'm used to referencing who's gone after all your faces. Oh no.
Oh no.
No. Oh,
Robbie's
that's bad.
made of metal, so technically, like,
Metal with leather components.
Oh.
Also, this is a hot fireball. So he's still standing by the window, and he goes to drop, and he slips and he slips a little bit and starts kind of sliding towards the hole. And the fireball comes up, and he gets a little singed.
He gets Anakin Skywalkered.
Not quite. He's still got all his limbs, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not pleasant. Oh boy. So like his foot gets caught, and you see this burst of flame, and it actually his foot, when he pulls it back and like beats out the flames, it looks like his foot is pockmarked, and it looks like there's kind of like, it almost looks like the acid burns on it.
That's not what fire is supposed to do.
You're not there. You are outside waiting to catch somebody like a damsel in distress.
I am.
Robbie kind of gets up and he's like, I suppose I should leave next. Unless anyone has an objection.
Go ahead.
Robbie, leave.
Is he attached to the rope?
No, he
Okay.
tied it off, and is having you guys go down. And he kind of puts it looks like he's sheathing his sword, and it just disappears behind him. And he goes, and he's favoring that one foot, and he just kind of works his way down the rope and is standing there, and he kind of hops over, and is standing with the rest of the group. When those of you outside, when you hear that explosion, you guys see the corners of the building, the main corner supports, are starting to glow with this purplish greenish light, and they are visibly, the corner posts, the main supports of this building are starting to smoke.
I'm gonna yell.
That
We need
happens
to
sometimes.
go.
Thrall, get out of the building.
Can I jump out of the building, but use my glaive as like a kind of stab it into the building and ride it
Pole vault?
down?
You're gonna stab the wooden building and ride down your like on top of it, or are you gonna like just drag it down?
Like just drop with it.
Okay. I like that. Do you have inspiration yet?
I do.
It's
Okay,
like,
I was gonna
it's
say,
like a pirate on
give-
a sail.
He's basically it's the pirate trick, except it's wooden. Give me a strength check to make the initial stab into the wall.
All right, we got 13.
Okay, so yeah, you get you just kind of lean over and you get a good stab with your glaive and you see it bite. Give me an athletics check to ride that thing down.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
good at that.
he gets an athletics. check.
Because he's holding on to something and letting gravity do the work, as opposed to
That's
you,
a-
who is helping gravity along.
So 12, so plus 8, 30, 20.
That is a dirty. So yeah, you guys on the ground see Thrall just kind of reach out, and just, bam, and swing his feet out, just grab and just like look up and just give a quick jump, and it starts to and just slide all the way down.
I'll just stand like 5 feet away from him with my arms out and just watch.
Unfortunately, an unexpected downside is now there is as Thrall gets to the bottom, pulls his glaive free, you hear the fire start to get audibly louder as more air is being pulled in from the side from this
He's
new
a dragon.
from this
He'll
new
be
source of flame
fine.
coming into the building.
I am a dragon.
Hey, if you melt off all your plate mail, then you won't
You
have
won't
to go
have to
fight
fight
the German
Bartholomew.
guy.
You would have to. That's a thought.
It's
Salami,
flop out of the window.
what would you like to do, my friend? Because you have
So I'm the last one in the building.
your last dude in the building, and
Excellent.
it is getting for you. Like you're telling that this is getting warm. This is
What
getting
do I see?
unpleasant.
What's on the other side of the window? Is there another lower building, or is it?
There is another 30-foot building,
So it's the same height.
same height, same
And I
set of
can't-
windows.
I can't
There
see the
is
roof.
there is a hole in that building because when I was jumping up, I put my hand through it.
There is a handhold in that building there, but the roofs are the same height. This looks like a series of warehouses that were put up like cookie cutter contractor kind of things, where they were just like, we need places to put shit, and this is where it's going.
I'm just gonna slide down the rope real fast.
Okay. Okay. So as you're sliding down the rope, give me another deck save.
You burn your pinky.
16.
16. So you guys see this armor you see this full plated dragonborn. Are you panicking as you get out, or you're just like, you're kind of just doing this like you do it all the time?
We're playing it cool, baby. We're playing it.
Played it cool. So you see him like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just like sit on my feet, make sure I'm like comfy, look down, start to slide down. There is a fireball. You're about 5 feet down from the window, and a fireball comes and blows the window off of its hinge
Nice.
and into the building across the way. And there is just a huge gout of purple flame shoots it into the other building, and the rope
Nice.
snaps.
I would like to catch him.
Ooh.
Do you?
I
'Cause
will break
so-
his fall with my body.
So he made the save.
Shit.
Unless
you
he
made the
doesn't
save.
need to be caught, then I won't catch
He
him.
doesn't need to. He stuck the landing, but if you want to do it for the story, and if Ronan, if
Just go
Lami
up to him
consents
after
to
he
it,
lands and just put your arms around
Yeah,
him.
I'm
and
just
say, "I
gonna
caught
give him a gentle hug after he lands.
Oh no.
unless you want him to catch you, Lami, because you rolled high enough that you can direct your fall a little bit.
Okay, I'm just gonna land and then I
Accept the
guess
hug.
accept this embrace.
So yeah, he sticks the landing. This is a superhero landing that he actually nails, because he doesn't actually land on his knee. He catches himself on like his hand, and you just hear that heavy clank of full plate hitting the ground after a 30
Like an
45
Iron
foot
Man
fall.
landing.
Kind of like the Iron Man landing.
Clunk!
And he kind of, and yeah, you stand up. This building is thoroughly engulfed, and you're starting to see, like, peeking through that crack that Thrall made, the entire inside is ablaze. And there is nothing to see in there except smoke and flame. The purple is starting to fade from the tongues of flame, and there's no weird scent or sounds or anything. This is just straight up fire doing what fire does best.
We should leave.
I'd hate to say it, but the way this looks, I think we should leave quickly.
I grab Mori and put him on my shoulder and start moving away at a pace that the rest of my party can keep up with me. Towards the Twist and Shout.
Are you going back the way you came?
No.
You're going the opposite way.
What do I have? What do
Was
I have?
was the
Is this
street
consensual,
busier where
Chris?
we came from or the opposite end? Is there,
They're both. They're both equally. There's enough rowdy screamingness because people are yelling fire, which there's not a ton of wooden buildings in this dwarven city, but enough of these buildings are close together that people are worried about it.
I'm gonna
Oh.
go the way that we came and not like full volume, but enough to make it seem like it wasn't my fault. Be yelling like, "Fire! Please help! There's fire!" as I run. Do I have to make a deception check?
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Wait, I
Um,
want to know if
hold
this
the phone,
was
hold the phone.
consensual from Maury. He just
Yeah,
fucking
Maury, are you
grabbed
cool with
him and
being-
put him up.
Oh
Hold the
no, I'm
phone.
totally cool with it.
All right.
Yeah!
I'd love to see a gnome just be like, "What? Do a backflip?"
That
off
is
him?
a
Like, fuck
natural
this.
20.
Cool. You sound
Hold
like the
the
most
phone.
concerned citizen, and everyone's like, "What the big guy said? There's fire over here!" And you're actually helping bring guards and fire crew are finding
I'm
the place
helping!
easier because you are the loudest human being on 3 city blocks.
Does anybody have a hat?
No.
Robbie does.
Hat.
Yeah, Robbie does. Have
Robbie has the 10-gallon hat that Frank was wearing.
Does anybody?
Surprise.
Robbie was like, "Would you like my hat?"
Yes, I would.
And he hands it to you and he goes, "I would like it back if that's possible."
You may have it back, and I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
pull this hat pretty deep on my head, like just
Cover, kind of disguise.
A
cover your-
dragonborn in full plate wearing a fucking sun hat.
It's a cowboy. It's like
Oh,
a
it's a-
10-gallon hat.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
this is like a gunslinger hat.
You see, when people see that you can breathe fire, they tend to assume that maybe you were the cause.
I was like,
If
Are-
the shoe fits.
is this normal for people of your kind to be accused unfairly?
So what you're saying is people
yes.
are racist when it comes to fire.
Perhaps they are.
They're fire racists.
Perhaps they are uncomfortably prejudiced. But I understand. Would you like my coat as well?
No coat. Coat is fine.
Thank you. So Ronan has taken off into the street and is yelling fire. What would the rest of y'all like to do? What are y'all doing?
In my new disguise, because no one can recognize me in a hat, I'm gonna go towards the inn.
Cool. Give me real quick.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I'm thinking the way I'm imagining
Oh,
this.
he's in full plate. Oh, no.
I don't know if I should make that a stealth check or a
So I'm not trying to sneak. I'm just wearing a disguise that hopefully makes me look less dragony.
I will
I'm essentially going for the act normal.
give me a
All I can-
persuasion check.
All I can think of right now is the SpongeBob episode where he's got like the big glasses and like the mustache and nose. That's how I'm
Excellent.
picturing Lamy right now.
That's a
Kind of.
22.
Yeah, so you're strolling.
Just like-
and the guards are much more concerned about the fire than just like the dude who's got like his hands tucked into pockets that don't really they're just tucked into his plate mail, and he's just like kind of humming nonchalantly to himself as he leaves. Robbie is like kind of moseying behind you, just super like kind of checking out, seeing people react. And Thalia is just like, she's got her head in her hands. She's just like, I never should have done this. I never should have followed them. As you guys make your way out of the alley, Thalia is going to go, hang on a second.
You're assaulted by 12 more boxes.
No, she's going to take a look and she's like, she does a quick peek. She goes, hey, Maury, can you come here for a second? I think I found something.
What you got?
She's like, and she points at one of the cobblestones running down the side of the street where pedestrians walk. She goes, does that seem weird to you? Give me a real quick.
Still don't get a
investigation
long
check.
rest.
Oh, it's a good one. I got a 17 plus
With
6.
advantage because she kind of pointed you to it.
That one was worse. So
That's fine. We'll take the 23. It looks like this cobblestone has some kind of magical trigger on it. So when somebody walks on it or by it, it plays an audio cue. Kind
It's
of
all
like it's
because
something
I
that you
stepped on a fucking rock. Jesus Christ.
This is something that like you've seen this before. This is definitely something that you played with it when you were learning how to tinker with artifacts and stuff like that. Is how to make something
3, 2,
play
1,
like
let's take Ronan out.
like a short recorded session or like a short recorded like conversation. But this one, and Thalia's like leaning in to poke it. She's like, is it safe? Can I poke it?
I think it's safe. I bet you it'll scream though.
Do you think the rock's gonna scream?
I'm pretty well
Go ahead,
versed
try
in
it.
poking
Go for it.
things, and they
She's
always
like,
scream.
she's looking at you. She goes, I don't know if I want to anymore. She reaches into her pocket and she's gonna pull out. What does she have? What is she sitting on? Equipment. She's gonna pull a dagger out of her pocket and like reach over and just like poke it, and she starts putting pressure on it. And from in the alley, still in all the flames, you hear a really warbled scream. That's like it sounds like whatever the recording is warped. Like if you slow down, it's like if you set up Tickle Me Elmo on fire, or like it has low battery and it's like.
I need to check if there's a video
of an Elmo being on fire. There's
Uh-huh.
absolutely those. I was watching them earlier today.
Tickle. Oh.
I was bored at work. So yeah, this she's like, yep, nope, that's definitely well, that's weird. Should we tell anybody, or do we just want to go? Do we just want to get the fuck out of here?
We should just go.
I think we should leave it so that way if the authorities find it, they'll be like, it's a trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
Okay. So you guys, Thalia goes and moves over to Ronan. It's like, Ronan, I think they know there's a fire. We should go.
I was going. I was just letting it. Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now's a good time to stop letting people know so we can go to bed.
Okay.
Because I'm tired. And you're tired because I know because you rage pouted at the elf before we left.
I did, because he's a dick.
That's not a
I'm
good
gonna
reason to
start
rage pout
pouting
at.
away.
He's
With
gonna pout.
Maury
Okay,
still
okay.
on my. Oh wait, Maury was on my shoulder.
Maury hopped off
Oh,
to
okay.
go talk to Thalia.
Oh, right.
And
Do you
fuck
want
it,
to
I'm
do you
gonna
want to jump
start
back on
pouting
before
away.
you go?
I'll let him have his pout.
Have his pout. So does anyone else want to do anything before you attempt to flee the scene of the crime?
I'd like to point out that this is the second building that we have burned down.
No, you weren't there for the first one.
I wasn't there for the first one, but
There are only two
Hey,
of you. There are only
I
two
didn't-
survivors
I
of the
didn't
first burn.
burn. This one or the last one, allegedly.
allegedly.
And
So
besides, I can't make those colors. That's green and purple. I don't know how to do either of those.
So as you guys get to the end of the block, you hear this horrifyingly loud crunching sound, and you hear a lot of people yelling, "Get away! Get back!" And you turn and see the whole building cave in on itself. Like the roof kind of starts, the whole building kind of warps and twists and just crumbles, and is now just a merry blaze out in the open.
Like a marshmallow that was in a fire
lots-
for too long.
Lots of guards coming by. A couple of them.
Is
what
there pink
looks like-
plume?
There's a couple of pink plumes.
There's a couple.
There are more than a few pink plumes.
I
There's
had
one
no idea.
there's a couple of them. There's one as you're leaving. You see someone come up in a silver plume
Oh,
who hops
fuck.
out, who like comes to a halt. And as you guys are kind of working your way down the side of the building, you see the helmet lifts up and the chest plate opens and a gnome hops out of what looks like a fully articulated battle suit.
Yo.
Jumps down, runs over, and starts waving his hands. And all of a sudden, water starts pouring out of his hands as he's just kind of putting out the fire on this
I'm
building.
gonna look at Maury and just go, "Why don't you do that?"
I can't do that.
Oh,
Although I should build one of those. It's pretty sweet.
can you build one for me? It would have to be
Do you-
really.
Do you need one?
I don't think so, but it would be fun.
It would be. We'll think about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Thalia's just like, oh god, please no. Please no. Don't put him in a battle suit. I don't want that. No one can stop him. Stupid and unstoppable. I don't know what to do with him. Robbie's like, friend. Sorry, go ahead.
Does she say that out loud?
It's very quietly muttered. She's like, no, don't do that. No.
Do my perceptive ears hear it?
The couple, you guys that are kind of walking closer to her, you guys hear her say that. Basically, Ronan's the only one who doesn't hear her say that because he's being loud and excited about potentially getting a fucking Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah.
Because that's the scale
Go
we're
to sleep,
working
go to
on.
sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Not that it really matters, but I would just say Lythar like giggles, but like also completely agrees and make sure she knows I agree. Like that'd be very bad, stupid, big, powerful body machine. No.
I would like to point out that I am less pouty now.
You are less pouty because you just
He's
watched
so
him walk
excited.
out of a battle suit. So as you guys make your way back, you guys make your way back to the Twist and Shout, and there's a couple of older gentlemen who have been sitting at a table in the corner just playing cards. And it's almost like they're playing cards, they're drinking, they're talking. They're playing some form of poker, but no one's betting. This is clearly like a couple of old dudes, they're old friends, and they just kind of hang out and they're playing cards just to play cards and have a reason to talk to each other.
Josh, it's like those guys at the farmer's table who live there.
Just
Are
like
their
that.
names John, Paul, George, and Ringo?
No.
When I walk in, can I put
There
my
are
finger
4
up
of them
and go,
though.
Adam, are you here, Adam?
One of the older gentlemen goes, "Why are you shouting?"
Are you Adam?
Yes. No, I'm not Adam. Adam's in the back.
Oh, I'm sorry to disrupt
He's-
your game.
It's fine. It's getting late. The wife will be wondering where I am. She should know that I'm here, but somehow she keeps forgetting. And one of the older dudes is like, what do you do? Wives, right? They're just forgetful. And he takes the pipe that had been sitting on the table and takes a couple of pulls and sits down. He's like, yeah, you're right. I heard something. Someone was yelling about a fire. There was so much commotion. I don't know anything about. I don't know. This city's going to hell. I don't trust anything.
I'm gonna give Robbie his hat back.
Robbie's. Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna
Settles
walk
back
up to the
inside.
bar.
I would also
Uh,
like to go directly to the bar.
I'm gonna walk up to the bar.
I'm
say,
gonna go find us a table.
I need 2 of his strongest ales, please.
Is Adam there? Has Adam appeared?
Adam has not appeared yet.
Is it the one on the stilts? Or is it the
Adam has
girl
not appeared yet.
Adam?
It is. No. You go to the bar and you knock for the barkeep to come out. No one comes out.
No one comes out.
No one comes out to the bar.
Can
I
can
take
walk behind the
4
bar?
gold in my hands and just kind of shinkle it up and down to make a jingly noise.
There's a creak from the stairs behind you,
It's a
leading
tree.
upstairs. And coming down the stairs is a very, very old gentleman. He goes, excuse these old bones. Oh, I haven't had an actual customer in this late in a very long time.
We
kinda
actually have rooms here, sir.
Oh, it's you from this morning. Excellent. I was hoping you'd be back. He's got both hands on the
2 months
railing.
ago was this morning.
I
So he,
don't
like, works
remember
his way up.
meeting you, sir. What was your name?
Oh, yes. I'm the oldest of the Adams. I'm Adam Senior, the most senior, technically.
How would you spell your name?
Well, how do you think I spell it?
Adam with a hyphen after it?
Close.
Without the first A.
Don't worry about it.
Is it missing the M?
It won't matter in about. It's fine. Just call me Adam.
Fair enough.
And he kind of shuffles, makes his way over, and one of the older gentlemen goes, "Oh, Adam, no, you should be in bed. You're always asleep this time." He's like, "No, there's customers. I need to take care of the customers." And all four of the older gentlemen kind of help get him behind the bar. He goes, "Now, what was it you wanted?" And you see when you get closer, his eyes are almost completely filmed over. Lots of crow's feet. There's this person looks like he's lived forever. What can I get you, gentlemen?
Could I please get at least 2 pints of ale for all of my friends?
2 pints for everyone.
Yes, please. Or
That's
if
a
it would
busy
be
night.
easier, I could come back and help you bring back a pony keg, and we could just divvy it up ourselves.
You know, that may be easier. If that's, is there anything else?
Just give us the keg, Adam.
Okay.
I suppose we should eat. Do you have anything already made?
I believe all I have is road food at this point. But
You know, we actually have some food. We'll just eat what we have and get
cherries.
breakfast in the morning.
oh, cherries. Oh, I remember when I could taste cherries. Do you have some? I'd love to have one right now. They're normally out of season and I can never get them in time.
I believe Lythar has some.
Oh, I
It's a
don't.
cherry and chokes and dies right on the spot.
He goes, young, large sir, if you just go behind the bar, any of the kegs marked with an E, those are the strongest and best I have. And I'm just happy that you all made it, that you all came back. I'm not used to having new visitors.
Well, we haven't paid for last night. Of course we would come back. And I start following his directions back to find the keg and bring it out.
No, you go into a stockroom and it is loaded with kegs. There
I
are
just
some.
kind of stand there with my hands at my side and just...
This stockroom is packed. There are full-sized half kegs, pony kegs, whatever size you want, and there's an entire wall with just that same E that you saw from the whetstone on a lot of these barrels.
Oh. They're Eds.
You should
How
turn back and yell at Lamy. Lamy, come here.
Lamy, could you give me a hand?
Of course.
How big, like a pony keg, how many, like, pints? Like, should I grab a bigger one since there's 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
6.
Six of you
There's
who can
6
drink.
Who can drink.
Nathalia gives a shout. She's like, none for me. I'm actually going to go back to the Brotherhood and crash in my bunk there. Oh, Robbie, do you have a place to sleep? I guess we haven't had to think about that so far. And Robbie just goes from the main room, and Ronan can hear all this. Robbie just goes, "Oh no, I do not need sleep like you do. I just need to go into standby." And
He can stay with me.
Thank you.
Has Lamy arrived with me to witness the glory?
Lamy comes around the corner. And this isn't quite your dream because they're not all open and pouring into a bottomless cup, but it is close.
Oh, how many are there?
At least 6.
Let's count. 1, 2.
6.
Yep, I think you're right.
There's a couple. There's a.
Should I get a pony keg for 5 of us to each have 2 drinks?
There's like a quarter keg.
Okay.
That would definitely serve all of you and have a little extra because Lamy likes his glasses filled to the top.
Okay.
A quarter keg
so-
is like 62 beers in it, I believe.
62 12-ounce beers.
I think it's 16 ounces.
Yeah. So there's plenty of beer.
Okay. I will
Quarter
take
keg is
a
plenty of
quarter
beer.
keg and just kind of grab Lami's hand and just kind of like walk out.
Guide him out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam is standing behind the bar, and he goes, "Well, you said you had rations. Is there anything else?" I'm.
Would we be able to borrow 5 cups, sir?
Oh, yes. Hold on. And he reaches, like he grabs onto the bar with one hand and reaches over, and just kind of moves his arm and pulls his arm out, and it's shaking and trembling. But in between his fingers are 5 glasses, and he sets them upside down on the table, in like pretty equally spread apart. And he goes, "I've still got it."
You are very dexterous, sir. I put the
Especially when you're as old as I am. You learn a few tricks, and there's something they say about all old dogs. But if there's anything else you need, those 4 they're normally here late. They'll lock up for the night. I trust them.
Okay. And
Nothing ever changes.
Would you like us to just settle up with the tab so far tomorrow? We'll probably be staying a couple of days.
We can discuss tomorrow. It's tomorrow is fine, yes.
Okay.
You'll speak with one of my children or grandchildren, I suppose. They'll be eager to help you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night. Good
And I
night to all of
curtsy.
you. I love that roll.
That is a 14.
He doesn't even notice. He's just
Oh.
like he's practically blind. Like
I'm a Goliath curtsying. I'm
practically
huge.
It's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts. You feel like you respected him. And as he's walking out, he kind of shuffles through all of you, and proceeds to he starts moving, and he reaches out, and as he's walking by, he bumps into Robbie. And he stops and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he looks up at Robbie, and his eyes kind of clear a little bit. He goes, "Another old relic. Just like me, huh?" And he reaches up and pats him on the shoulder. He goes, You better get that foot looked at. I'm sure replacement pots are easier to find than they used to be.
Can I
You're welcome.
sight check him to figure out why he's being so weird? Or would Ronan not think of that?
Insight check is like...
I have been quite interested in Robbie. I've been like asking some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So to tell if is he a robot? Is he a
yeah,
a Cylon? Is he a Cylon?
No, he's not a Cylon.
Oh,
we're not mixing sci-fi. We're not mixing that sci-fi into this game.
No Battlestar Galactica. Okay.
No Battlestar Galactica, mostly because I haven't seen any.
It's pretty good.
But he's like, well, another old codger like me is always welcome here. This is a place of the past. And you're welcome anytime. And he pats Robbie, and Robbie just looks down and goes, "Thank you." And kind of like reaches out and pats him back. And so Adam kind of staggers a little bit and grabs a chair. He's like, "All right, well, I'm going to go to my bed, and I'll see some of you tomorrow, and the rest of you, well, I'm sure my children will fill me in on the day's events." He kind of shuffles his way over, and the 4 friends at the table sort of help guide him up, get him to the stairs, and you see Adam very slowly, tremblingly make his way upstairs, where you hear a door kind of close shut and lock behind him. And the 4 The four gentlemen just go back to their game, go back to their drinks, and they're just muttering about kind of what's going on in the town.
I guess we
I'm
drink.
gonna chug my drinks and go to bed.
Okay. And so we'll end with you guys. Robbie's kind of sitting there. Thalia has left for the night. Robbie's kind of sitting there with you guys at the bar. Everyone's got your drinks and are enjoying your drinks as you go. And the camera, if we're thinking of this like a TV series, the camera kind of pulls back through the window, pulls back over the city, and you just see the enormous plume of smoke coming from where you guys were previously. There's still a little bit of hubbub. There's a lot of guards and commotion happening there. And then you guys all trickle off to bed. One thing before we wrap, everybody's got their own room currently. Ronan, when you go to bed, Robbie just kind of goes into the corner and just
looks at you.
He just goes into the corner and like he doesn't really slump, but his eyes how did Mike describe it? Because when I was like, hey, are you gonna be here today? He was like, no, but here's what I want to have happen.
They go into sentry mode, don't they? They
He stops
can't move,
moving.
but they still look.
So he moves into the room, finds a corner that's facing the door, which is so like there's the bed, there's a nightstand, and then there's a corner where Robbie is standing, and he's just kind of standing like this. He goes completely still, and his eyes don't turn off, but they go to a very low glow, and
I
he's just
go,
kind of
like,
focused at the door.
in front of him, and I'm gonna kind of like look. Boop. Does he move?
His eye, the one you poked, kind of brightens a little bit, and he goes,
I poke like the.
"Oh, you
bridge
poke
of
like
his neck.
you poke
Yeah.
like his forehead."
Mhm.
So both of his eyes kind of glow a little bit. He goes, "Am I disturbing you?"
Oh, no. And then I go and I lay down.
He just kind of like sinks back into that sentry mode again.
I kind of lay down and I pull the covers up like to here, and I just kind of like look at him.
Are your feet sticking out?
Yes.
This is a Goliath-sized bed. The blankets are not Goliath-sized.
So like my shins down, they're just like uncovered.
Just kind of hanging out. Yeah, but like your torso is warm and it's a nice soft blanket, and there's really nothing to be upset about. And so you guys all go to sleep and enjoy your long rest. It has
Can we
been
click
well-deserved.
the button?
Yes. You may now click the rest button and reset all the well-earned shit you guys have done.
Reset maximum HP changes during this rest. Yes?
Yes, because I think you gained a max HP from raging? Something like that?
Maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, so hour and a half, right around 90 minutes, because we started a little later with some bullshitting in the front end.
Look, I don't have any boxes, Jim.
Look at all that free shit you have.
Yeah.
I can rage so much now.
So much rage. So yeah,
I gotta bounce. So
cool. Yeah, feel better, DP. Thank you for being able to run this tonight, and now we could start fresh next week. It'll be great.
Fresh is good.
Fresh is good. Y'all have your slots back. It'll be happy.
This is 6 white dudes and no one signing out.
Thank you for watching Roly Poly Orgies. See you next week.